Right, here we go. I feel like a little kid again. This is the Tokyo Marui Mini Series. Okay, so today we're going to open up the AK47 Mini, and what I'll do is I'll quickly go through what you get in the box, how it works, and how much fun this could be no matter your age, but it really is aimed at the younger airsofter. Right, so let's get it open. So, typical Tokyo Marui fashion, you get your instruction manual with not a scrap of English on it. Tell a lie, Mini, hop up, and I suppose you could say AK47, but apart from that, yeah, you gotta be able to read Japanese. So, what else is in the box? Well, you get a nice little box of Tokyo Marui BBs. These are .12s, and this is what I'll be using for the chrono test. You also get, oh, you don't. Now, this is quite interesting. Depending on where you are on this planet, you should get 4 batteries, but there's nothing in here. Now, either someone with light fingers at the retailer actually took these batteries out, or, as I suspect, it depends where you are on this planet as to whether these come shipped with batteries or not. So for the benefit of yous who are lucky enough to get batteries in this package, I'm going to reshoot this section again as if you did get some batteries. So take 2 and action. You also get a little pack of AA batteries. Nice. And of course, you get the main piece itself, the Tokyo Marui Mini AK47. It's as if this just gave birth, or I shoved it in the washing machine and the tumble dryer and it came out looking like this. Oh, and by the way, there is something else in the box, as I would expect from any self-respecting airsoft weapon. Look at this, a tiny little unjamming rod. Now, to be fair, when I spoke about this manual not having any English, you really don't need to know how to speak or read Japanese because the pictures speak for themselves. I mean, look, shows you where the batteries go. It shows you how to fire this mini AK because it's not like other airsoft guns. There is a unique way of firing these things. But yeah, as I said, the images on here speaks for themselves. Now, let me just quickly show you what else you get. In true Tokyo Marui fashion, you get a couple of little mini targets. Ah, bless. Okay, so let's have a look around this little bundle of joy. So on this side, you've got all what you would expect on an AK, but it's not functioning, so nothing here moves, okay? The charging handle, the fire selector, nothing moves. Well, obviously the trigger does, but let's move around to the other side, and that's where we get some functioning parts. Now, to the naked eye, that looks like a sling point. This is actually part of your safety feature on this model. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. It's not a case of just grabbing hold of this and pulling the trigger because it won't do anything. You have literally got to also hold that down like that whilst pulling the trigger. Now, I'm doing it awkwardly with my left hand. If I use the hand I would normally use, so yes, unfortunately, strictly speaking, this is for righties. Finger in the trigger, part of your thumb, it doesn't have to be the tip of your thumb, part of your thumb on this so-called sling point, push it down, and you're good to go. Now, in true airsoft mic tradition, I'm going to contradict myself. Now, I said strictly it's only for righties. Not so, because look, my left hand on the grip, you can just grab your other hand, push that down, pull the trigger, keep your finger on the trigger, and you can let that go. Look, it stays where it is, and your AK will keep firing. Soon as you take your finger off that trigger, that goes up, it's now back on safe. And you can pull it all day long, it will not fire until this goes down. Nice. So let's have a quick look at the sights. Now, as you can see, you have your rear sight right here, your front sight right there, but this rear sight has a dual function because pull it up and that's where you load your BBs. So if you were thinking you pull the mag out and put your BBs in there, you'll be disappointed. So where do you put the batteries, I hear you ask? Well, it goes in the grip right there. Get hold of this grippy section, you push it down, so look, show you that again, look, that goes down, and then using either side, you can open up the battery compartment. And making sure you take note of the polarities, drop your AA batteries in. Right, let's do this. Oh, and of course, make sure you take this out first. Now, before I put any BBs in this little bad boy, let's just make sure it works, and let's make sure that the safety mechanism works. So, I'm not going to touch this, I'm just going to pull the trigger. Nothing happens. I now hold this down, pull the trigger. Oh yeah, baby! And you know what? This is quite shocking, okay? Even though this is a tiny little plastic Tokyo Marui Mini AK47, it's got a little kick. Trust me, there's a little kick in there. Let's get some BBs in, let's chrono it, and let's have a bit of fun. So let's chrono this little thing. Now my chrono machine right here is set to 0.20 at the moment. Doesn't go lower than that, but we can still chrono 0.12s whilst this is set at 0.20, and we are looking at anything between 100 and 120. So this is what I mean when I say this is just for fun. Something to plink around in the garden with, but even though it will probably only shoot at around 100 FPS, still wear iPro. And I will go as far as saying you can even plink around indoors. Just make sure it's nowhere near anything that is easily damaged. Oh, and by the way, did I tell you it only shoots in full auto? Okay, let's do this. Haha, look at that! 124. Haha! So it literally does about 8 rounds per second. And we are looking at around the ballpark of 120 FPS. Now, just for the giggles, you see these tiny little targets that Tokyo Marui include in this neat little package. I'm going to put one up just here. And let's do a mini little shooting test. Now, as you can see, I have 5 in the series. I believe there's 1 or 2 more that I need to get. So you've just seen me unbox and demonstrate the AK-47. But we also have this, 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 and this. And if I'm honest with you, I'm not going to do individual videos for each one on my YouTube channel. Now that I've shown you the basic functions of this AK-47, it's pretty much the same on each of them. However, all is not lost. I'm going to do a series of 1-minute unboxings on my Instagram page for all the other models, because they will pretty much work the same way as this. Or would you prefer me to do it right here on YouTube? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll put a poll up, and whatever you decide, that's what I'm going to do. Unbox the rest on Instagram, or do them right here on my YouTube channel. Or I'll give you a third choice. Don't bother. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Airsoft Mike YouTube channel. And just to give you a little perspective of what we're dealing with here, you know the rounds that an M82A1 Barrett takes? One of these bad boys? Look at that in comparison to the target itself. It's literally bigger than this target. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, average price about £30, yeah, 30 UK pounds. In US dollars, again, about $30. In euros, similar prices. Now, I can't go around the world with the different currencies. Basically, it's cheap. Wait a minute. Then surely this should come under the heading of Airsoft on a budget. Yeah, but I forgot to put it at the beginning.